Oh boy. What's up, man?
What's up?
What's that? Hey, wait. There you go.
What's up?
What's up? Welcome, Stuck in the Middle, live on our last show of the week. I know it's sad times out there that we had to take Stuck at Night and bring it down to 3 shows instead of 4. But 4 shows was a feeler outer, if I could say that, if I could be proper, and just to kind of as much as we could bear, and just as we figured out a few weeks ago or a week ago, we said 3 days a week does a little better, but apparently for one of us, 2 days might be a little better.
Well, Eli is actually missing and presumed scared, y'all. There's actually a funny story. He was at the Waffle House today, and you know how it goes at the Waffle House, right? And then
He must have been there early.
he was there early as fuck. He was getting some waffles and shit. Dog the Bounty Hunter came in. He was fucking hungover as motherfucker. And then he
Obviously.
mistook him for Brian Laundrie. And it's turned into this big fucking federal incident now, and Eli's basically in a jail cell somewhere, mistaken for Brian Laundrie. And
Well, then I heard Dog the Bounty Hunter is also in jail next to him because he kept calling himself a bounty hunter. And in Florida, you can't call yourself that. You got to call yourself a bail agent. And he wasn't going around calling himself Dog the Bail Agent. That's for damn sure.
Yep. So they got Dog and they got Eli. If y'all turn on your TVs right now, you'll probably see it on breaking news, like on any channel. Like, well, it ain't on there yet, but it'll probably be on there later. So y'all just look for it.
Yeah, you see, they might have found the remains of that there Brian Laundrie guy.
I saw that too. Like, that would make sense why he's been missing for so long, because he was dead.
Well,
Like, right?
exactly. Like, he's not some crazy survivalist. Like, everyone was like, "Lo, how's he been camping out for that long?" Oh, because he's dead.
Because he's in a fucking gator.
Because he offed himself like right away. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then like gators got to him. Like, there's no, when the news comes on and the FBI comes out and they're like, partial remains were found next to Brian Laundrie's backpack and notebook. We can't confirm nor deny these are his remains. Like, bitch, it's his remains. We know, already. That's why the news is there.
No,
we know you guys talk to each other.
He's fine. He's in Mexico
he's good.
somewhere. That
He's
was
good.
some
He's
other
chilling.
guy that they found.
He's chilling.
Probably Jimmy Hoffa or something, man. That's,
They hang laundry out to dry.
they sure did.
Oh, boy.
They put him through the cleaner.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I feel like our friend Eli was put through the cleaner because he's not here right now. And it was only till I was today years old when I found out that there were some things that I may have said last night that may have upset a few people.
I'm shocked.
Yes.
You?
Me? No.
No.
Never.
I would never expect
Not
that.
once. And I'm thinking maybe that's why Eli's not here. He was taken out like they whacked him or something like
I
that.
think so. Eli's buried with that. Maybe that was Eli's skeleton they found at Brian Laundrie's campsite.
This is what I'm concerned of.
Now it's coming out.
This is my concern, dude. Okay?
Holy shit.
So, last night, towards the end of the show, we were getting we were just wrapping up an 84-year-old man who murdered a realtor because he bought a house sight unseen, and once he got inside the house, he's like, well, this is definitely not what I was picturing in my head.
You didn't tell me it had walls in here. What the fuck?
You didn't tell me it looked like horse shit. And it's like, well, you bought it sight unseen, sir. He's like, you were a gay. I thought you guys had good taste. so he murdered him, and then the cops came to his house, and the cops were like, hey, what'd you do here? He's like, I murdered the guy. And they're like, why? And he's like, because he picked me a shit house. And they're like, case closed. They left. No, of course they didn't. He closed the door in on the cop's face, and then the old man murdered himself. Okay? That's the story that we were talking about, and I was like, did you have something to say? Looks like you're about to say something.
No.
Okay, so I was, okay, let's use this. It's towards the end of the show. Let's use this to then wrap up. Let's go into our public freakout videos that we do, because guess what? I got 2 crazy old people videos. Boom, smooth sailing. Kind of got kind of dark there, but we got some public freakout videos to wrap this whole thing up, make it nice and sweet.
Oh yeah, some people were asking about if we were going to open the phones tonight too.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Most definitely, you have my word on that. So it was about to get to public freakout when our dear friend Eli was like, you know what? Let's do this. And I timestamped this real quick. I want to play this part because you can hear my shitty segue trying to get into the end of the show, because I want to explain this, because the people, the jokes that were being made about Eli not being here, they're really mad at him, and he had to explain my jokes to them. Like, they took him off like the GoFundMe promo page, whatever, like, you know, like they took his promo off. Like, they did not enjoy the fucking show we did about that. And it's like, I literally didn't say a word throughout that whole segment. Like, why can't you just clip that whole segment? You don't got to go to, you know, Josh's, you know, retorts at the end.
We knew it was about time something was going to get canceled from this show, man.
Well, it's not canceled, but let's go to the tape. Let's roll the tape. Just, you know, just real quick here. I'd like to play this out because I need them, maybe they're listening, to hear my side of things. So this is the beginning of it all. This is right towards the end of the story, just so you know what's going on. Old, you're just fucking kind of dumb. I mean, that guy seemed a little spry, but like, look at this. Look at this old hag. See, now I'm segueing into the old lady thing, and now watch what happens. So I just segued out of old man story, and I'm like, we're gonna go into public freakout, and this is what happens. I feel bad for the gal.
Oh, we're gonna do the video things.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do one quickie, if you don't mind. I did.
Yeah. Right there. I had no idea. I said, yeah. And then I had an idea.
All right. So it's going to get a little serious.
Do you want to say that for tomorrow? I pre-warned it. I fucking pre-warned it. Oh, shit. Did I lose it? Okay, hang on 1 second. No, it's fine. Luckily, I saved these timestamps. But did you... God damn it. Hang on 1 second. Please hold.
Technical difficulties.
No, we're not experiencing technical difficulties. It's just, you know, pieces of shit sometimes.
Every time we mention Eli on the show tonight, the audience has to take a shot.
When you're old,
there
we go. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to play this one more time. That guy seemed a little spry, but like, look at this. Look at this old hag. And I feel bad for the gal.
Oh, we're going to do the video things.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do one quickie, if you don't mind. I did.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to get a little serious.
Do you want to say that for tomorrow? Pre-warned.
I might.
Yeah, but he might have not.
I might be incredibly
and Cranston,
late.
you came in.
Then I'll tease it. Okay.
You came in and you're like, well, no, I mean, he may not be. And like, goddamn, you had a great point.
Right.
And Eli asked to tease it, and we said, no, just go for it. Don't tease. There's no reason to tease it.
There's somebody that was always near in my life, growing up in the trailer parks in Davie, me working at Kaboom's, and apparently living.
Okay, that is the first clip. Okay, so he goes, I'm not going to play his whole going into the person's story and stuff like that, but I literally did not say a word through that whole thing. I didn't say a word. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh man, yeah, you know. I made sure to keep my mouth shut because I was already in a very wordy mood. You know, just trying to get quips out. You know, trying to like make a joke when I could. So I already knew like Eli was trying to be serious. So it's best if I sit back and not try to ruin it. And I didn't. And I did a good job. And it was near the end. We'll go to clip 2 now. Where Eli gets close to the end, he's wrapping up, and he says, and this is the joke that I thought that pissed them off. He says this one line where I couldn't help myself, and you can see me in the moment not being able to help myself. But it's a famous line, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm immature like that.
Right.
What the fuck is like self-defense about that? 2 in the throat and 1 in each eye.
No, it's not.
No, that's a disgusting
It was always supposed to
fucking
be.
subhuman piece of shit.
And I sat there. I was always taught it was
Don't make a joke.
2 in the pink and 1 in the stink, but I didn't want to do it. He said 2 in the throat, or 2 in the eye and 1 in the throat. And I was like, oh yeah, 2 in 1. What? 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink. And Eli, I even sat there. I was like, no, don't do it. And I was like, and even Eli said, no, don't do it. But you kind of saved it. You didn't let me kind of sit in it. You kind of had.
I called it the shocker. Confusing that with something else.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Like you saved it. You said, oh, you're confusing that with something else. I was like, oh, I thought we were talking about, figuring it out.
Right.
So the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, thank God that was the joke. Because I thought maybe it was going to be way worse. Well, my friend, apparently it does get a little worse, because after that is, we were like, okay, whatever. Eli tries to kind of then, okay, whatever. You guys had some videos that we can get to. He kind of like shakes off the sadness of his tale to tell, and he wants to get back on with the show. The show that was derailed by no fault of his own, just because like he needed to get it in. We could have planned it better where it could have been, and it's again no fault of Eli's. I'm not blaming Eli, kind of blaming Eli, but like at that point in time, it was like, man, this was a rough spot to sell a serious story, and I feel like we all did our best.
I should have stalled him till today, man. I said that because I knew he wasn't going to be here today, but like I should have just gone along with it, and then it wouldn't have come out.
Well, I'm almost kind of glad you did, because here is the third and final clip of all that. This is the culmination, I would say.
But anyway, I know it. I'm. Thank you for.
Did you hear the? Okay, but anyway, he like that, like just as if to say, well, guess what? None of that happened.
Pay no attention to what he just said.
Pretend we didn't talk about the murder thing that just happened, where the stabbing of the eyes and the throat. But anyway, But I'm the asshole. Okay, so remember the but anyway.
For allowing me to get that out there. Let's see some cringy ass.
Are you sure?
videos.
I feel like we should just go off on that now. Like to play. Do you want to do that? Just want to see. Like I asked in that moment. I said, you know what? I don't think we should. Are you sure we don't? We should just go off on that. I was like, I knew what was happening in my own head. The gears were turning.
Look, hey, we are unconventional, and I feel like it is a part of our regiment to go out on a couple of videos. So, and some of the numbers picked up. So I'm gonna, I talk about that shit. Thank you, one and all. Welcome. Yes, I know. I'm sorry that we went to a dark place. What state? Yes, Florida. Literally.
So Eli then brought back the idea that, I'm sorry, we went to a dark place. There wasn't like he then again referenced it. This joke is kind of already in my mind. He references it again.
Gives you a location and shit.
And I can't help but then say,
I don't want to.
You murdered my segue like Eric Pearson murdered your friend. I had a perfectly old person segue set up, and you just shoehorned that right in there. So now I'm gonna go back. I think that's the one they were upset with.
That's the one. Cancel Josh.
I thought it was topical. It was very topical for the conversation we were having, and my defense is I was kind of selfish. Like I knew that the mood we're all in, we're gonna go to this serious topic right now. Nothing good can come of it. And actually a lot of good came of it because it was a good I urge you to watch Stuck at Night 29. Eli has a great few minutes there talking about her. No one says a thing, but it's at the end when we're trying to segue out of it and into something maybe a little more lighthearted, where kind of we explore those jokes again and try to have a little bit of fun. That's where maybe, you know,
we were almost there.
Almost had it. Almost had it. And this is where we get the name
of see your video
of the show tonight. If you don't, I think you will, because remember before this, before the doom and gloom, we were talking about dumb old. Remember when we were all happy just a few minutes ago talking about dumb old people?
Sure, yeah.
And then Eli was like, "Yo, we're going there." Fucking boom! My friend got fucking I was murdered. Being kind of salty here. Like, oh shit. We were just about to play funny videos. You're like, no, we're murder.
So yeah, much is the style of Sitim or Stuck at Night.
Yes,
we do go out on light notes.
Improper segues and light notes. There you go. I feel like that's the name of our comedy album.
I wanna get
Improper Segues and Light Notes is the name of our album. And then in hindsight, I would like to say that looking at the murder-suicide story, Eli was more correct than I was. A murder story going into a murder story is a perfect segue.
Right.
I was improper by saying, you know what? Let's go, let's not. I didn't realize we could put it in there. But he wanted to play off that, we got 2 murders here. Let me throw my friend's murder in the mix. Right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Segue. Dude, segue. Dude, he segued it. Whereas I was like, this is not going to happen. This is not good.
Plus, that's when he probably remembered because he wanted to talk about it the whole time.
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, murder. You just reminded me of my friend's murder.
Exactly, because he remembered that and he knew that was when he said, oh, well, let's get out. Because if he doesn't bring it up when he has it in his head, he's going to forget about it.
See, I would have maybe associated my friend with maybe not the murder part, though. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Maybe the thing that would have triggered my recollection of my friend was like, a more happy time. Oh yeah, the friend that I had that passed away. We used to. Oh yeah, by the way, check the GoFundMe. Oh yeah, the fucking murder. I got a murder for you. My friend murdered. It's like, well, damn.
That was a motherfucker too. That guy was that was his third
that guy
fucking
sucks.
murder. He got charged with murder twice and got out, and then that was his third one. What kind of shit is that?
That guy sucks.
That guy, man.
We even all said, we all agreed that the petition was for heinous murders, and I had a few different opinions to say on the petition just because of my uncle being charged and convicted of murder, being innocent, the idea of not having parole. I was like, man, you really got me on that one.
Right.
So I had to kind of joke my way out of it, so to speak. So
we got that other one with that guy that we were talking about doing sometime. His friend or whatever. Yeah. We really got to do that for the guy, but it's just kind of, do you remember it right now? Right now, not in too good a detail without reviewing it.
But when I ask you, Cranston, did it seem like in the moment I was hesitant to venture down that road? Didn't I give all the warning signs of you sure you want to go? You sure you want to talk about this?
Right.
And it's not to say that you had to listen to me, but it was almost like my subconscious pre-warning everybody. And there was even a moment when I was like, oh, what? I can't make a joke about it. Fuck off. And I wasn't even talking to Eli. I was literally talking to people today. It was the craziest thing. If you go back and watch Stuck at 29, you can relive all the cringy moments of that episode. But I promised to Eli's friends, I wanted to have a little better explanation just in case any of them watched that there was no maliciousness there.
For sure. It was we were almost out of it and he had to just backtrack because something in the chat, I think somebody asked in the chat where it happened or whatever. And then he went from transitioning to the old lady at the wrong car or whatever to, it was here in Florida or whatever. And that was when we did the whole 360 and everything got fucked up.
So I do apologize, sincerely apologize to the people that were butthurt maybe maybe that's the wrong word. I'm apologize for those that I've offended with my words. Was not trying to, insult your friend. And I even told, and even Eli knew, like Eli even said beforehand that he's like, I'm going to have to, tread lightly or, help you out on talking about, I don't know. I don't know why I want to be too soon sometimes. Just like make a joke. It's just something that, maybe that therapist does need to come on so we can all talk to her and she can tell me why I'm such a douche like that.
Well,
but
this isn't the first time you've had some shit like this either. Remember when we did when Keon died and we were doing the like memorial show for Keon? And you said like a couple of things on that show. I think that some people got like pissed about. I don't really remember what they were at this time, but it was like the same exact thing. Like we were like being a somber moment. You said
death is weird to me. I just don't like seeing people like bummed. I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't like seeing people bummed. And I feel like the same people that are on the butt side of the joke, the dead ones, if they were alive, they'd laugh if it was about somebody else who was dead while they were around too. You know what I mean? Like,
right. People got to not take things so seriously sometimes, though. Some shit, it's not like that serious. You're not really like trying to like attack somebody. There's a difference with context. It's all about context, Context is lost nowadays, Cranston. For sure.
And
everybody's offended about something. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. Anybody gets offended.
And you're talking.
Remember right before the show, we were talking about baseball, and we were talking about the Atlanta Braves because they were beating the Dodgers or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, they're probably gonna change the name of the team soon because they changed like the Cleveland Indians to something else. And Josh was like. He's like, yeah, by next year it's gonna be called the Atlanta baseball team.
Yeah, the Atlanta, like every team, like the Jacksonville football team. That's what it's gonna resort to, just because we don't want to offend anybody here now.
Right.
We got to be careful.
The Jacksonville football team, the Pittsburgh players, Pittsburgh baseball team, whatever. I
kind of wish there were some people in our government or. Some people on the financial sides that didn't want to offend the normal people, because one of the things that I know that really bugged you and myself out was the idea that the IRS now is going to go and scope out people's bank accounts with $600 or more.
Yeah. Kind of shit is that they're trying to do, man? Fucking go after the little guy and shit.
Pull it up here.
Fucking poor guys selling shit on eBay or like whatever. Fucking poor sex workers. Fucking all kind of bullshit, man. Go after the big dogs, man. Fucking this $600 fucking player, man.
Yeah, it really doesn't make much sense when you think about it, especially when Biden, man, for the longest time, did he not promise, my tax things they're only going to go after, people making $400,000 or more, man.
We're gonna go after the big corporations and the little guy.
Yeah, and the little guy, man. Come on, man.
Fucking man, I always hated that shit. They look at your fucking bank account, fucking bullshit. We were talking about that $999 or what, $9,999 or whatever being the limit. Like if you take out 10,000, they look at you funny, but if you take out like 9,999, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what it used to be, but now you got to take out like 599. There's no more fucking 4 digits. So some of this. Let's see. President Joe Biden pledged to go after corporations and wealthy individuals who are not paying their fair share. But experts say the plan to allow the IRS to gather information on U.S. banks would disproportionately impact small businesses and the very individuals the administration say it's trying to protect. Can you explain to me how going after somebody's bank account that has more than $600 in it is making sure the people who aren't paying their fair share? I mean, listen, if we're being semantical, yeah, maybe, but the proportion is like 8% of people are under a certain I just literally pulled a Biden. It was like 8% of the middle class is what's contributing to maybe taxes not getting paid. 28% of the higher income class is what's contributing to taxes not getting paid. So you ask yourself, what is lowering it going to do to catch the 28%? Why is the 8% right now in their view? Do you know?
Just the whole thing is stupid. I mean, it's like...
I mean, yeah, for sure. Maybe we're trying to stretch the conversation a little more than that.
eBayers and shit.
It's just stupid.
It really just makes no sense why they would be doing that at all.
Here we go. Okay.
Going after poor people, trying to get like more money out, like poor people. It's like being a gangster. I mean, like they're like shaking down the fucking poor people, like, like the dude who has like nothing, like, no, you give me whatever the fuck you got. Like,
this is the stat.
The big dude.
I apologize for the brain fart, but it says, let's see if I can find it so I can show you guys while I'm reading it, but I can't. According to the Treasury, the bottom 50% of taxpayers are responsible for just 8% of unpaid taxes on unreported income. That's 50% of people are responsible for 8%, while the top 1% owes 28%. So, again, with Joe Biden's plan that says right here, the administration has assured the public that the program would be used to recover unpaid taxes from the highest income earners and businesses. Individuals and earnings less than $400,000 per year would not face increased tax scrutiny or increased audits, officials claimed.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit with the $600. That's not what they're doing at all.
If I'm not mistaken, though, this isn't passed yet, right?
Right. That's what I saw. I think they're flip-flopping on it.
Is it close?
Now. I think they're flip-flopping on it now because the banks and everybody like don't even seem to like it, and so they're getting a lot of pushback from the banking industry, and so now I think they're maybe gonna just not do it, or they're talking about keeping it at 10,000 or whatever because the bank industry's probably got a lot of pull. And that was what I was reading about.
Of course they do. It says the plan has caught a lot of flack, obviously from lawmakers, banks, and individual taxpayers who are worried about the privacy implications, as well as increased costs to comply with the reporting requirements. Some have also argued, which this is definitely going to happen, that the new regulations would force people into non-bank alternatives to more easily evade the IRS. Contrary to certain claims, the IRS would not have direct access to individual bank accounts or account data on individual transactions. The rule would apply to cryptocurrencies and crypto accounts, according to the Treasury. So another fucky part about this thing is even the bill isn't clear what it wants.
So it'll end up, even if it passes, it's going to end up in the fucking courts and end up crapping up the legal system and fucking everything up and costing people money. It's just stupid. They need to quit passing fucking ambiguous, illegal bullshit that's just going to fuck up the courts. And
I just want people who cry fascism and authoritarianism when it comes to Donald Trump and stuff like that. I want them to see it in their own fucking party. Right. And I'm kind of tired of the fact that they don't. And that is a lot of the times what drives me is not them, but just the idea that there are people out there that don't see kind of the flaws in their own ways, in the own things that they believe in. Like religion was one of my first major kickstarters in the idea of like, arguing with people that long and just trying to get them to put a mirror to what they're saying and see how it sounds or see what it looks like once they see it coming back at them. And it's just, come on.
Right. People don't want to call out when it's their guys doing it. They'll call out the other side, but then like when it's their guys doing it, it's like, no, it's good. Like, and it goes for both sides. It doesn't matter which party you're in. You're on this party, the other party. You call, like, not everybody, but more people than not. It's like you call out the other side, but then when your side does it, it's like, no, they wouldn't do that. Like, they do that shit. It's bullshit.
And
that whole bill is stupid. That whole concept is stupid. That was why when I saw that, I sent it to you. I was like, this is fucking a load of crap.
Yeah, and when you look at articles like this from Business Insider that talk about how the top 1% have more money than the whole middle class, you're like, why are we raising that so low? This guy's supposed to be on your side, and he wants the IRS, and they're like, well, it's not going to go after it's just looking at it's not going to look at individual transactions. Sure, fine, great, dandy, but it's keeping an eye on your bank account.
Right.
If it hits over $600, they're like, ding, 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 just as it used to ping when you would make a transaction over 10,000. Now $600 you keep in there, they're fucking eyeballing that because, you know,
I tend to think that they're even looking at, like, if you have less than $600, I tend to think they're going to look at you too, because they're going to be like, well, this motherfucker's either like shit as fuck poor, or like they're hiding their money somewhere, and they're going to go looking at anyway and be like, well, why isn't this person putting money in there? So I don't really think even having under 600, like, they're not going to look into you. I think they're going to look into just everybody on it.
Yeah.
You know? I know they did that when I bought a car one time, because I took out well over 10 grand and the limit was 10 grand. And I had to like fill out some forms at the bank about like where my money came from and shit. And I got like investigated on it and whatever. But I mean, my shit was legit, so it wasn't anything to worry about, but it's kind of funny.
What do you mean there's nothing to worry about?
Well, they're looking for like drug money and shit.
Oh,
like
okay.
That's what they're looking for with that, like the 10,000. Because if you're taking out more than like $10,000 cash at one time, they want to look into if it's if it's drug money or where it came from.
Not just that, but they'll look into your income and see if the 10,000 makes sense, that you were able to then make that 10,000. So like, just imagine cash businesses like this. This could affect small businesses. That this could affect it's just like, it's more government overreach.
Right.
And the people who were probably rightfully so calling fascism and authoritarianism when there were issues going on by the side they didn't like, they do not call it out when it happens by the side they do like.
It just seems
that's what's most infuriating. I feel like the media is most to blame for that. I really do.
Yeah, it's like they fucking pissed off all this money, and now they've got to like get it back somehow. So they're looking at any little thing where they can try to get it back from people.
I feel like it's more for power, though. Like especially when it comes to media, because if it was about money, they would have changed their ways. Because look at like, do you know who Barry Weiss is?
Barry White, the guy who sings.
Check this shit out. And she used to be Legacy Media. She used to be New York Times.
You're right. There are tens of millions of Americans who aren't on the hard left or the hard right who feel the world has gone mad. So in what ways has the world gone mad?
When you're not able to say out loud and in public that there are differences between men and women, the world has gone mad. When we're not allowed to acknowledge that rioting is rioting and it is bad, and that silence is not violence, but violence is violence, the world has gone mad. Young school children, as young as kindergarten, are being separated in public schools because of their race, and that is called progress rather than segregation. The world has gone mad. There are dozens of examples that I could share with you and with your viewers.
And you often say,
everyone
allowed.
Sort of knows this, and
you say we're not allowed, we're not able. Who's the people stopping the conversation? Who are they?
People that work at networks, frankly, like the one I'm speaking on right now, who try and claim that, it was racist to investigate the lab leak theory. It was.
But
I mean,
who
let's
said
just
that
take
at
an
CNN?
example.
But I'm just saying that when you say allowed,
really moved on
the
quickly.
Provocative thing you say we're not allowed to talk about these things, but they're all over the internet. I can Google them, I can find them everywhere. I've heard about every story you mentioned.
Course.
So I'm just suggesting, of course, people are allowed to cover whatever they want to cover.
But you and I both know, and it would be delusional to claim otherwise, that touching your finger to an increasing number of subjects that have been deemed third rail by the mainstream institutions and increasingly by some of the tech companies will lead to reputational damage, perhaps you losing your job, your children sometimes being demonized as well. And so what happens is a kind of internal self-censorship. This is something that I saw over and over again when I was at the New York Times.
I see it as a lot of...
So she went on to say in the interview, I guess she does stuff for Substack now, and she's making more money than she ever was. So it was just more to kind of not counter your point, but raise the idea that if they were doing it for money, there's a lot of topics and stuff that they're not covering. And you see a lot of alternative media banking, making a lot of money, taking views away. You know, look at Bill Maher not pretending, but coming to the realization that he's playing to a mixed audience. And really what that is he is awakening, or he's seeing things a little differently now, and people are coming back to him. It's not that he's finding new people. It's like the same people that shared his ideas fucking in 2005, 2004, before he kind of really dipped a little more radical. Now he's kind of coming out a little more back to where he was before, calling out some of the... It's only powerful when you on your side call out your side. That's when it fucking hits the most.
Right. Yeah, that's why I try to like not be biased about shit and try like if I'm on one side to hold that side accountable, but I don't really identify with either side. I kind of just go by issues. But like she's totally right, like what she's saying. And like that when that guy's trying to say like, well, you have freedom to say, like, yeah, you have freedom to say it, but there's such like a stigma now for social responsibility with everybody it's like they're gonna cancel you if you say something.
It's like this. The vaccine's not mandated. I hate to take it there, but if you don't get it, you can't go here, there, and there. Do you have the freedom to say it when it's culturally pressured on you? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you have the freedom to say it, but if you do say it, there, you know, societally, culturally, there are going to be repercussions that aren't necessarily from a legal standpoint. They're just more so from this, you know, ideological standpoint.
Well, and what they do is they'll fire people. They'll put pressure on and they'll fire people for saying something, even though it's like they didn't say anything wrong. It's just certain group of people might get offended when that wasn't even the intention to offend anybody. It's just, I can't help it that you got offended. Maybe somebody doesn't know like that you're identifying as they or there and they call you he or she because that's like, you know, they don't know. But you're gonna they'll get fired from their job because you're offended. Like it's not their job to know that.
You know, my girl Demi identifies as they now, right? Okay, just checking, just making sure.
I was the alien thing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she said like you can't even. She doesn't even want you to. Oh, it's not even she, like right? She identifies as they. But does that even? I'm canceled now.
To me, it's just like why? Who cares? You know, like you're not gonna see her, right? If at the very least, if someone asks you to call them something that you know, you call them something,
right? But if you don't know, like now you can't say alien because it's like offensive, like to ET or something. Like what the fuck is this shit? Like
talking about canceling, and I don't have the article pulled up, but Jon Stewart came out and said essentially the same thing. Like, you know, they're focusing on essentially on things that don't matter and not things that really matter, and people are mad at him for that.
Right.
So it's just like, oh god damn it.
That's right. Anything, if anybody says anything like that, they go after you for it's a lot of it's just common sense shit. You're not even like trying to take a shot at anybody. That's why that Chappelle thing was really interesting because he kind of like went out firing and there wasn't really anything wrong with what he said, but everybody knew that somebody was going to get offended by it. And people did get offended by a bunch of shit.
I like how you say offended. You don't say offended, you say offended. People are going to get offended by it. It's fantastic. It's very dialed in. You know what I mean? I like it. Shit, man. What, I feel like.
Look at this clown. We got some clown in the chat named Progressive Patriot.
I was going to say, I feel like we should turn the phones on and see if anybody wants to chime in on anything else. We just got, Wednesdays we try to go a little light, not necessarily too politic heavy. There are some things funny culturally, like our boy Juicy Smollett getting denied.
Jussie Smollett, that guy is a fucking idiot, man. I remember when that happened. He was like talking about he got beat up while he was out walking or some kind of shit, and that it was a hate crime and all this shit. And then you come to find out that it was like he hired some dudes to like beat him up or some kind of shit, like trying to make it like a racial issue. And then like they offered him some kind of deal, like they could have like busted him for like, I don't remember what it was, like filing a false police report or some kind of shit. And they told him like, if you just like let it alone, we'll drop it. And then he like wouldn't let it alone.
No.
And they came at him with like 9 fucking charges.
I'm not going to let it alone. Yeah. And like recently he's been battling, because this is what innocent people do. They battle to get their trial dismissed. You're not like, fuck it. Yeah, what do you got, bitch? Let's go. I'm fucking innocent like a motherfucker. You're like, you know what? Maybe we should just. I'm good. I'm good. Are you good? I'm good. They're like, well, we're not good anymore. You took this a little too far. I mean, come on.
The judge is
good.
The judge is like, Mr. Smollett, we're going to drop your case and let you out of all charges. He's like, you cannot tell me that you're going to just drop my fucking case like that. I deserve a fucking trial. He's like, no, you won. Like, you just be quiet and you're won. No, I want my motherfucking trial, you fucking piece of shit judge.
I mean, you're not far off, because the attorney argued that forcing the 39-year-old former Empire actor into court would be a violation of his rights, as he has already completed community service and given up $10,000 bond under a previous deal to drop the charges. She said, a deal's a deal. That's ancient principle. Dude, she brought up ancient principle. I had no idea that was a fucking thing, but she slammed that bitch on the table. That's ancient principle. But the judge said he would not intervene in the case, which is being led by a special prosecutor appointed by another judge. And the jury selection will begin on the 29th. So Juicy's going to trial. Juicy's going to trial. Yeah, he ain't getting out of that one.
He's got to be on like the list of America's dumbest fucking criminals, man. He's got to be like right up there by the top,
I don't know. There are some dumb motherfuckers out there, but
he's got to be like top 10.
That was definitely most delusional.
He's got, it's kind of like the equivalent of one of those people that like calls like the cops and is like, somebody stole my meth. Like, this guy stole like, I bought meth and he didn't give me my change, or like fucking some kind of shit. I always see dumb shit like that. It's like, this guy's like one of them motherfuckers.
We got the number up. If you feel up to it, call the show 954-399-3631. The lines are open. We're taking your calls on this here Wednesday night. It's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy ride tonight. I can't even believe. Have you ever felt compelled? I've lost weight a few times. I've really enjoyed working out and kind of going through the ups and downs of kind of, transforming your body, so to speak, even by just getting fat and stuff like that, and then back at it. But during those periods when I felt like a new person, not once was I like, maybe I should change my name. New year, new me, new name. Guess what my name is now? It's fucking Bill. You call me Bill now. But apparently that's a thing. And that's a big thing raging in Hollywood. That's a big thing raging in the music industry. Like Hollywood, there's so many of those actors that really fucking, you don't know their real names. Like, what's his, Michael Caine's like fucking Periwinkle or something like that. He's got Mickey McKernowwinkle. He's got a crazy fucking real name, but they all have their stage names.
Yeah.
But it's taken on a new thing in music now.
Right.
I mean, Prince, remember when Prince changed his name and just a fucking symbol? Remember that? Prince was just a symbol. He was known as the artist formerly known as Prince.
Oh, okay. I remember that now.
Right. You couldn't call him Prince. He was the artist formerly. And then, people said, well, that had to do with record label bullshit. And yeah, maybe so.
So you're telling me that Old Dirty Bastard
ODB.
wasn't really ODB's real name?
I don't know. I don't know. I do think when that kid was born, they looked at him and they said, "What an old dirty bastard." We got a call. Let's see who we got on the lines here. Hang on. What the fuck? Hang on. I lost it. Oh shit.
We'll answer your call in the moment it was received.
Oh,
to
come
speak
on.
to a person, press 1.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Stuck at night. You're on. We got it just in time. If you're still there, is this Ricardo?
Yes, it is, mate. How you going, fellas?
Ricardo, what's up, man?
What's happening? What's going on, man? What's happening?
Not much, brother. How are you, man? It's myself and Cranston here. Eli's off for the night. We're just hanging out, having some fun, man. How are you? I've been wondering where you are, what you've been up to, if you're okay.
Yeah, man, just to let you know, as of midnight tonight, Melbourne, Victoria is out of lockdown. So we no longer are in lockdown. So
fantastic.
Finally.
How does that feel? It feels good.
Well, look, I'll be honest with you guys. It feels good, but, you know, there's a lot of people here suffering. And a lot of my mates, you know, have lost their businesses and stuff. So in one way, yeah, it's great, but in the other way, it's not, you know.
Well, right.
Yeah.
I want you to know I lost my business during like COVID lockdowns here, and it's not even necessarily because of lockdowns. It's just that people were scared. You know, people were scared to go out and stuff like that. So I could imagine that plus really not being able to do anything. So that's what I was just like, you know, I was just kind of being more optimistic for you. I know still the negative aspects of that, but at least it's progress right now, you know, going forward as opposed to making it more strict. Yeah. So that I'm very happy to hear, man. I'm sorry to hear about a lot of the loss there, though.
Yeah, look, I did have the jab. I did have it a couple of weeks back.
How you feeling? How you doing?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I suffered symptoms in my missus as well. So, look, I'm feeling better now after a couple of weeks, but I'm due to go for the second one in a week's time, the second dose. So, look, man, it is what it is, isn't it? And, yeah, look, I'm not anti, you know, vax, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, look, hey, you know, what do you do? You know, I've got a business, you know, and I've got workers, and, you know, we can't work on site if we don't have it. So
that's what I mean. It's not people laugh at us when we kind of talk about quote unquote mandates, but it's not really mandates, more so that it is social pressure. You're not gonna be able to do anything if you don't have these. So in a way, like, yeah, it is a fucking mandate, and it's a shitty position to be in, man. And I, you know, more the power to you to me, you know, making the right decision for your livelihood that you had to make, but just also, you know, doing something that you're like, fuck, I really don't want to do this, you know, like, I don't like that.
Well, that's right, Josh, man. And, but look, man, you know, I'm hoping, you know, sometime in the new year, you know, I can get to go overseas and go and see me relos and stuff, because I'm hanging to, you know, get the hell out of here and see the world again. But so we are starting to get back to some form of normality here. But what's going on over there, man? I mean, I watch the news and shit, and I watch the War Room and watch other programs, man. But man, there's some weird shit going on at that White House at the moment, man.
What are you seeing? Like what is the international news showing you about America right now?
Good question.
Well, let's go. Brandon is kicking ass here in Australia. So
let's go. Brandon's kicking ass. Yes, it is. You goddamn right. Let's go, Brandon.
Nah, but seriously, yeah, man, it's just, what's the deal with this Pelosi and, you know, Biden?
So is there like a big focus, you know, across the pond there, you know, over there in Australia, even though I think that's maybe more of a, I digress.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah,
more of a
look,
focus
yeah.
on the insurrection type stuff going on? Like, what are they focusing on America right now that, that is kind of in everybody's face?
I think they can't believe how bad Joe Biden is as a leader of the free world.
Really?
Because, yeah, man, I'm telling you, a lot of, outlets here. Look, we've got some good reporters. Sky News Australia is probably one of the best. But that's what they're focusing, how bad Biden is as a leader. And you know what, man?
Wow.
I'll be honest with you. It's just, it's laughable, yeah, but it's laughable to a point where you think, oh, my God, if something happens on this part of the world, like as you were aware with Taiwan and all the shit's going on around there, we're screwed. And I think we're worried if something did go down, would America be able to help us out? That's to be honest with you.
Right.
I think it's got to that point, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are a bit, naive not to think that, but yeah.
I mean, seeing some of the things that go on here, especially with some of our officials, when shit gets serious, it really makes you question, like, oh my God, like, are we going to really, where it feels like we're just kind of appointing people to culturally appease and not necessarily to appease what the job is requiring. And that's scary to me, just because it's just like, this is a real thing. Like, there are people out there that want to hurt and take over America's spot. They want us to be bad, and Australia too. I mean, like, every country has their people that are right on their toes, nipping at them. And every time you, Australia, make one wrong move, you can be damn sure there's somebody right there behind us waiting to take over that spot. And it's just amazing to me that people are just like, I'm not asking you to be like pro-American and pro-Australian and be 100% nationalist, but maybe a little bit of like self-respect for your country and like what it has had offered throughout the years, etc., stuff like that. Not that it's like, the worst thing ever made. I don't know.
I think you're right, Josh. And another thing is too, what we're seeing even through the COVID here. Man, like houses, for instance, like they're selling houses on online auctions and stuff, yeah. And man, we can't believe the prices they're going for and who are buying them. I mean, you wouldn't believe who are buying them.
Right.
I'm not being racist, but there's a certain race of people that are still buying houses here, like over their value and stuff, and like
without even
seeing man, it's just crazy shit. Yeah,
without even seeing them, dude. You'd be surprised. Here, literally, a corporation called BlackRock is buying up a lot of properties here. Like, that's a government-run organization. Like, would you ever want your landlord? Because let's be real. Most of the people, myself included, I can't buy a house. I'm renting. Would ever want the government to be my landlord that really doesn't have a lick of emotion in it, that really can't understand this or that just operates by dates and fucking deadlines? Fuck no.
Yeah.
That's happened here a lot. The real estate market here is just like, I mean, everywhere, most of the places in this country has really turned to shit. There's like people, like houses are going on the market and getting like 5, 10, 15 offers in the first, 8 hours for like $200,000 more than the fucking asking price. And they're going like fast as fuck. And it's crazy.
It's definitely a seller's market right now.
Yeah, well, look at us. I want to move away from Melbourne and head north, and like something like I spoke to my cousins up in Queensland, and they're saying there's 45,000 like houses or something like that in the last month have sold over the value, and it's like 200-300 grand above, and it's like, who are buying them, man? Because the banks now are becoming more strict on loans, like this credit score rating. And man, it's just like, we're in COVID, dude. Where are they getting the money? I mean, look,
dude,
I'm fortunate enough I don't have a mortgage, but yeah, where's it coming from, man?
I've heard of people who have money who are denied bank loans. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
People who have money, have good credit, that the bank's like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry about that. We can't help you out.
I know one thing that was happening here was there was a lot of people when they started doing the teleworking, like the video working from home through video or whatever. There was people who would be in like big cities like LA or New York or whatever that would go to like these smaller places because you could buy a house in certain like smaller states and smaller cities for a lot cheaper than you can in like LA and New York. And it didn't matter because they could work from home. So they could end up saving a ton of money by not living in LA and paying the LA like rent or whatever prices. Instead, they'd move to in the middle of nowhere and telework. So they'd save a bunch of money. And now they're buying up all the shit in all these places and they're forcing people out. People used to be able to rent in these little places for a reasonable amount, and it's inflating the entire market and making
Everything's
it so people
inflating.
can't rent or anything. And they
When
have
you
nowhere
give
to
out
live.
money, that's inflating the market. When you give out money and
you
say
know
we
what?
don't owe a dime on this.
And
Sorry.
also, guys, I just in our city here, Melbourne City, a lot of these buildings are empty now, and they're being bought out by overseas people. Yeah, and the government previously to the COVID were helping them out, you know, with tax concessions. Right, that's another issue too. I just don't think it's right for people to buy it, leave it empty, and then people, young family, and that can't even buy into the market or buy or rent because everything's so dear. It's not fair, mate. I just think
For sure.
this is where the government needs to crack down on it. So, yeah, man, it's just a big problem here.
Are you saying they're trying to take away kind of like, you know, passing down things from generation to generation?
Hell yeah, Josh.
That's
They're trying to
fucked
bring in a
up.
death tax like in the UK. You know, the UK, they got a death tax or whatever. When someone dies, they tax you so much.
What's
They're trying to
fucked
bring
up
it into
about the
here
death
as well.
tax is you paid taxes already on all of that shit, and then you're getting paid. Then you're paying more taxes on something you already paid taxes on. Like, why?
Yeah.
This is where I'm aligned with Eli on, and we don't talk about it that much, or at least I don't talk about it that
Yeah.
much. Like, it's not one of my passion things, but the idea that the middle class and poor people keep getting whacked for things that,
yeah, man.
listen, I'm fine. I swear to God, dude, I am fine. If you earned your money, you keep your money. I couldn't give a fuck. But the idea that we can't navigate these loopholes like the rich can, and I understand they pay their taxes, stuff like that, and I could be speaking out of ignorance, but the idea that the top 1% owe about 28% in unpaid taxes and the lower 50% owe 8% in taxes, that seems to show that you need to be focusing on somebody else than that fucking 50%.
And the politicians, Josh, it's all the politicians that are all insiders. They get all the info. They're the ones that live the good life, yeah? Even here in Australia, yeah? They're the ones that should be smashing them for tax evasion, for, you know, money going offshore and stuff, yeah? Because they're the ones that are benefiting. I pay my taxes. I pay, you know, I do everything right by the law, but I get screwed and the little man gets screwed, and that's what's wrong, dude. That's what's wrong everywhere around the world, you know? The 1%ers are the ones that screw everything for us. I'm
also nervous of like this idea that, and this is going to sound weird, but I'm also nervous of this idea that the world gets together and decides like a one world currency, and, you know, we're all getting paid the same thing. It's just like there is this fine line between having the government come in and completely take over and be mommy or daddy, but also too having them come in and apply pressure where the pressure needs applying, not on you and I and Cranston and Eli and fucking everyone else who watches fucking Stuck at Night and everything else. That it's uncalled for.
Do you know what I was going to say to you guys? You guys have got a massive issue with these so-called aliens or refugees, or call them what you will. Look, we had this issue in the early 2000s where a lot of them came from Afghanistan, and they came on boat.
Right.
Anyway, long story short, these ones that come into your country, they're not there to make your country a better country, Josh. Yeah, and we've had this issue here. Yeah? They come in, they'll sit on the system, the government system, and then do the black thing on the side, yeah?
Well,
you guys have got a massive issue coming into your country where they're going to take those jobs of the blue-collar workers, where they will pay them nothing for those jobs, yeah?
I also think
That's
too,
a huge
Ricardo,
problem.
that I really do think that they're also told this, and they're also not held to an expectation to where they can get away with doing like get away with not being attributed, like the proper wage that they deserve, because like you said, they bring them in and then they pay them less. But I just think it's the idea that they're told or promise, you come here, you could do nothing, and like the government's going to pay for this and that, so you really don't got to work that much. And it's just, I really do think that there is something going on with bringing more people in, so then we give them everything they want, and then they'll vote for us because I've given them everything they need. And it's more people who are going to, even if they're not registered, these people, the more people a state gets in, they can acquire an electoral vote, even if the people are not registered citizens of that area, just by the amount of people.
You guys have to go back to paper, man. We've had paper ballots here for years. Yeah, we go in on the day, we show our ID, we get knocked off on a book. They cross it out. You get given a paper, you do it, and you walk out. I just don't understand that this day and age, with technology the way it is, and we know it can be manipulated, that you guys have to do it that way and not revert to the old-fashioned way of a piece of paper. And it's gonna be like this from day dot. If they don't change it, it will be manipulated, in the future as well. But look, guys, just.
I was gonna say, do you have any optimistic? Like, are you optimistic about anything? Because we do sometimes get caught in doom and gloom.
Sound down. I'm not negative, but
no, I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm just asking. Just like
it's just that with everything, Josh. The world at the moment, man, there's so much stuff going on. It's just like you can't get your head around which story to understand or look at, or if it's true or not, because it seems like the truth is a lie and the lie is the truth. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's very Orwellian. It's very 1984. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And look, I really hope that things do change, but I'm looking at America, man. You guys are they're supposed to be the ones the world looks to. And I'll be honest with you, something needs to happen sooner rather than later, because it's not going in a good direction, man. That's what I'm just saying. I mean, we're here in Australia. I mean, food, everything, you guys are copping it over there with things going up in price. We're copping it too. So this is going around the world, but you wonder when's it going to start to, get better? That's all I'm saying, Josh, man. And
I hear you, man. Ricardo, you raise some great points. I really do hope, though, that you keep, just as I do, like we like to focus on, what we perceive as the truth. And I'd like to think that we're kind of close to it, but we have to do our best, though, to keep some optimism, because once that shit does get defeated, hey, we still got a life to live. We still got to do some stuff. So,
of course, man, and that's what we all want. Yeah, we all want to be able to go out our front door and be able to live our lives and not be, looking over our shoulder or be dictated what we can and can't do. Yeah, buddy. Hey, but look, at the end of the day, man, I'm just looking forward to going out tonight after midnight to my mate's restaurant and supporting him, who's been struggling for the last 18 months, who has got so much overheads and bills, and I'll go there tonight, have a meal, and yeah, man. But yeah, man,
I hope you enjoy that meal.
Hello to you guys, yeah. Yeah,
sure. Dude, I always appreciate you calling in. We always appreciate you calling in. I hope you enjoy that meal at that restaurant. He may not know us. Tell him we said hi, and tell him, keep on fighting,
tell
man.
him to subscribe to Stuck in the Middle.
Yeah, man. Hey, just pass the message on to Eli and stuff. And yeah, man, it's good to be able to put you guys on and do work and listen, and keep up the good work, man. And just
all right, brother. On. Thank you, Ricardo, dude. Man, be safe out there, bro. We'll talk to you. Ricardo, everybody. Man, Ricardo's a good egg. I like Ricardo. Listen, if you want to call the show, anything we've talked about tonight, all week, feel free to call in 954-399-3631. We're hanging out a little longer. It's Stuck at Night. It's myself. It's Cranston. And
And ye.
Are we changing our names?
Yeah.
We are, right?
Right.
Yeah, we are changing our names. Prince was the one who pulled it off, and now we have Ye, as you said. Kanye West, has officially changed his name to Ye. I mean, fantastic, right? Do you think it's creative? Are you like, wow, this guy's fucking...
That dude's fucking nuts, man. Probably Kanye calling right now. He saw his face. He's like, what the fuck they talking about me?
He's like, what the fuck is going on, man? Let's see if I can find it. Don't hang up yet.
Don't hang up, Kanye. I mean, Ye.
It's so stupid that this does this.
These days.
Oh my fucking God. Got it.
Call from
Christina.
Christina, what's up? Thanks for calling Stuck at Night. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. How are you?
Hey, we're hanging in there. It's myself and Cranston. What's going on?
Oh, I'm well aware.
Fantastic.
Listen, Josh. I'm coming at you tonight hard.
Christina. Go ahead, come at me.
Yes. So, bro, what is the deal with COVID?
What do you mean?
It's inevitable no matter what. You find like a fucking loophole to bring it up, or you play a video that has Pfizer. It's just inevitable, dude.
Yeah, I mean, when there's new stuff that comes about it, we bring it up. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's not changing. COVID ain't going nowhere. Let's talk about shit that actually
I don't
matters.
think we're bringing up new things to make COVID go away, so that's kind of a straw man equivalency.
You actually brought up
But
COVID.
I don't think you so much understand that, like, the stuff you're bringing.
I think you brought up COVID today, not me.
No, you guys did bring up COVID, though. I mean, are you having Biden brain again? I mean,
Oh no, Cranston said that.
man.
Cranston brought up that you brought up COVID, not me. That was a Cranston quote, not myself.
Come on, man.
Then Cranston's having Biden brain. Somebody in that studio is having Biden brain.
Are you having Biden brain, Cranston? Are you trying to say we didn't bring up COVID, but this lady's trying to say that we did?
Prank call. I don't even know who this is.
It was a nonchalant hush, try to like cover up the COVID bring up, but you guys still brought it up. It's inevitable. Like, you guys like live for that shit.
Is this Kanye?
You know,
Is this Kanye?
our fault that, you know, everyone lives in this these times right now. I don't know why that makes you so upset.
But nothing's changing.
It's fantastic.
So what's talking about it going to do? It's not going to like blow and fucking disappear.
Well, that's not the purpose of talking about it, but also too the idea that if you don't talk about it, it's going to go away. That's not going to make it go away either.
Okay.
So your idea of it isn't. Well, let's stick with that point. The idea of not talking about it isn't going to make it magically disappear either. So I don't know what your point is with that.
Okay, so let me tell you another point.
So we're going to move on from that point?
Can I tell you my point, though, before you get, like, your panties in a wad and shit?
My panties aren't in a wad. We're just going point by point. And I just want to make sure we're done with the first point.
So can I tell you my point without you interrupting me?
I didn't interrupt you. I just wanted to make sure we're done with the first point.
Okay. Here's the second point. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I could very well be wrong, it was last week that we were all promised no more COVID.
Well, just as people who got the COVID vaccine breakthroughs happen, so it was inevitable. You know, no one's immune. You know, no one's immune. Not even us.
But we all know the statistics on you can still get it regardless of the vaccine. We all know the numbers.
Exactly.
We all know the death toll. So there's nothing new. We all know Pfizer's bullshit. We all know Johnson & Johnson's bullshit. So what do we accomplish talking about the same shit every night, 3 days a week?
I mean,
for an hour.
You very well could have a point, but you're acting as if we talk about it all the time, which is completely incorrect.
But see, you're just like me because I'm Irish as well. That's why I understand you. But you will fucking make a point right, even though it's wrong.
I don't even know what that means.
So even okay, that means even though you're wrong, you will fight it until the death to make your point correct.
But you're not right that we talk about COVID all the time. I'm sorry we talk about it more than you want us to, but that doesn't mean we talk about it all the time.
So
Seems like
I'm
you're
not
the one
right
getting
that you just
upset,
told-
not us.
No, I'm not getting upset. It's just when you tell your viewers something, fucking stick to it, because then we all look forward to it. But then you go back to the same shit you talk about, and then it's like,
Do you
fuck,
not
here we go
understand
again.
like the joke of telling you we're not going to talk about it again and then having a breakthrough case that we talk about it again?
Breakthrough.
Literally, we said we
I
got
must
the
have-
COVID vaccine.
I must
He
have.
called it
But
the
see, it's not
COVID.
just me, though. It's not just me. That's
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you I don't know if you read the viewers' comments, and I'm not going to put people on blast, but it's not just me.
Oh, I know very well who and who it isn't. And
Well, it's
again,
not myself and the other person who were called out the other night. It's more than just two of us.
that's great. And maybe you guys should start your own show where you don't talk about COVID. I don't know what to tell you.
But see, that's the thing, though. See, you get butthurt about it. It's
No, I'm not butthurt.
not
You're the
that-
one calling the
I don't
show,
need to
telling us
start my
how
own
we should
show. I
dictate
love
our
you guys.
show.
I honestly,
No, but you
Josh,
can't
I'm not
call and
coming at you
say
like that.
you can't call and say I'm butthurt
Listen.
when you're the one calling and being butthurt that we talk
No,
about COVID.
But
That's
I'm
not how this
trying to give you a viewer's point. So
Yeah,
if
but
I can't even say my point, how do you
we've
expect to
heard
grow
the
your
point.
show when viewers? Can I finish?
Of course you can finish.
When
You can never not finish.
You want to grow your podcast. You want to do big things, and I support that because I honestly I love you guys. You guys are hilarious. You bring me up when I'm down. All three of you, you're fucking great. But when you get on the COVID, dude, it's just like fuck. Like let's turn this shit off.
Well, maybe
You want to grow.
if we get on
viewers, but when you
COVID,
talk about this.
you should turn
But
it
when you
off.
talk about the same, but when you talk about the same shit, it gets
That's
old.
your show.
And then
You
when
can
viewers hold on. When viewers like myself call in to try to give you a viewer's whatever outlook on it, you get mad and tell me, "Oh, you should start your own podcast." I'm not trying to come at you.
No
hard. I'm
one's
trying to come at you
mad,
as a
but
viewer.
you're coming at me with ad hominem saying I'm butthurt, and so of course I'm going to clap back a little
Because
bit.
you
Of
are
course I'm going to
butthurt
make a
by telling
joke.
me, "Oh, maybe you should start
Christina,
your own podcast."
you called the show telling me what we can and cannot talk about, and I said if you feel that strongly, start your own. That's
Hold
not
on,
me
did
being
I-
butthurt.
No. Did the words come out of my mouth? Can and cannot talk about, or did I say you should?
It
not,
most
or
definitely
should?
came out of your mouth saying that we shouldn't talk about COVID.
Oh, okay. Then I might have to re-listen to this because I did not say you cannot talk about this.
No, I didn't
said
say you
when
can. I said you shouldn't talk
this.
about it. I said shouldn't. I didn't say can't. I said shouldn't.
Okay, but shouldn't is a outsider's opinion.
Right.
Am I
And I
not entitled to
appreciate
my opinion?
outsiders' opinions, but when there's something that interests us, we're going to talk about it. And if you don't want to watch that segment, then you just don't watch that part of it. I don't see what the
Okay,
big problem
but there's
is.
other times where
There's
you
a
just
lot
say,
of
"Oh,
people
fuck
who
the
like
people
the
who think
COVID
this."
talk.
But that's not a way to treat your viewers, is what I'm saying.
I really don't know what you're saying. I don't know how I'm treating you, but you called in to tell
Because when
me
people bring
not to
shit
talk
up,
about
you just
COVID,
make
and
it
I'm
like,
saying,
well,
okay.
fuck it, go start your own shit. I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
that was
That's
literally
not a
the
way to treat somebody.
I never said I don't give a the fuck what you have to say. I just said if you said there was a group of you, and I just said as kind of a retort in a joking manner that if there was that many of you, maybe you guys should start your own show where you don't talk about COVID. It wasn't mad. It's not butthurt.
But see, this is like the third time I've said it, and I'm just saying it.
Right, you've
not
said it.
more so to tell you how to run your show, just telling you an opinion. But you get
Right.
so mad about it.
I'm not mad. You keep saying I'm mad when it sounds like you're the one who has like the anger issues that we keep talking about COVID.
Because I would like to watch a show where I can laugh. Y'all talk about COVID, and I want to fucking go to sleep.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's restaurant.
Man, this is a Wendy's drive-through.
Saying I can have it my way. Like, come on. Like,
Well, listen.
I'm just saying, and I've been saying it. Some new topics. Like last week, y'all did fucking fantastic. Like literally, claps to you guys, and I'm not even being sarcastic. Last week, you guys did amazing, and I loved watching the show. And then
That's
here
awesome.
came Monday, where y'all skipped like 2 topics because you talked about COVID for 45 minutes.
I was way longer than 45 minutes. I'm just playing.
Well, I'll tell you what, just for you, Christina, we'll get better at it, okay? Our promises.
See, I'm not, and I know you're saying that sarcastic, but
I'm not. I'm
I
saying that
appreciate
sincerely.
that.
You're the one taking it sarcastically. You're the one with a lot of the misrepresentation here tonight, thinking I'm butthurt and a lot of projection going on. I'm just trying to tell you, we're going to try to do better for
Because
you.
I'm very good at tone of voice.
Are you? Because it sounds like you're mad when you're saying you're not mad.
Oh, no, I'm mad at you for talking about it, but there's nothing I can do because it's not my podcast. I'm just giving you an opinion.
That's kind of how I feel, but in the opposite way. Like, I'm not mad at you, but there's nothing I can do about it. Like,
there is something you can do about it, though. Really?
Right. But when the thing I can do about it is to not talk about something that kind of has the people who run the podcast interested in something, maybe minus one person, but myself and Eli, there's a lot of the times new COVID stuff really piques our interest. It's a very hot topic, and we've talked about it ourselves many a times that we try not to talk about it. We make jokes how we're not going to talk about it, that we do talk about it. So it's just like it's serious.
Though.
It's not serious. It's tongue-in-cheek.
There's always an open window that y'all take. Like yesterday's show was going fucking great until you had to do the Good Morning America thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, like, and I'm just saying, I'm not bashing you. Like I said, I love your show. It's great, but the COVID shit it's just old. You know, that's like talking about something that happened fucking 10 years ago that's still going on 10 years later. It gets old.
Got you.
Like Biden.
We're gonna what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that in the notes.
Exactly, Cranston, like fucking Biden. Biden ain't going nowhere for what? Fucking one more year. We got to look at his stupid ass.
Yeah, so never talk about things that aren't going anywhere. I got you.
See, that's your tone of voice.
Well, that's what I just got. You just said Biden's not going anywhere. Well, I mean, but you just said COVID's not going anywhere and Biden's not going anywhere, so don't talk about it. So one would surmise that. You just said Biden wasn't going anywhere. So one would surmise that you don't talk about things that aren't going anywhere.
That way you like calm down a little bit.
Again, you're doing a lot of projection here. I'm perfectly calm. No, you're the one who seems riled up.
No, I've noticed you just cannot handle positive feedback.
There is nothing positive about this.
So there's nothing positive about me giving you an outsider's opinion who's a viewer, and I watch you guys.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, of course there's something positive about an outsider's opinion, but when you dissect this conversation, you telling us what we can and cannot talk about, that's not that positive.
I'm not telling. Oh, my God.
Okay, Christina.
You are so thick-headed, Josh. It is ridiculous.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Kanye West. You got to marry one, kill one, fuck one. Go.
What?
I don't even remember what I just said. No.
Okay. My point is, Josh, you have here my favorite saying. You have an excuse to go with an excuse to back up an excuse.
Right. Gotcha.
So
heard loud and clear.
That's just how it is. Like I said, I love you guys. No hard feelings. I'm just giving you an opinion. Right. And I know how thick-headed you are because you said you were Irish. I'm Irish as well, and I as well am never wrong. But I know sometimes I'm wrong.
We will.
And it does fucking suck to admit it, but sometimes we have to just, put our foot in our mouth and fucking admit we're wrong.
We'll take that into consideration.
You have any thoughts about Kanye West's new name?
All I'm saying is don't promise your viewers shit you don't do, like a postie tonight. Don't promise your viewers shit you're not going to do.
This is the postie. We're going longer, and that's like.
And that's not all on me though. Too 1/3 of the people didn't show up tonight, so.
Yeah, well, I've already told him to suck it up, Buttercup. So we're good.
I try telling that all the time. Suck it up, Buttercup. But it is not. Something's wrong with my switcher, so it's just stuck on Cranston right now. So.
Well, no, and
enjoy that.
And especially since y'all have that sad coming, next month. Just fucking go out on a bang is all I'm saying. I'm not trying to bash you guys.
There's nothing coming at the end of the month. We don't really know yet. There's still. It looks like it's on Cranston. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked because my switcher. But you never know what may happen. We still could do something like that.
Please don't Pillsbury Doughboy. He laughed me.
What now?
She literally just asked me to do this by saying don't do it.
No, I said please. No, you said you were playing with your switchboard, and I said please don't.
No, I wasn't.
That wasn't what he was playing with.
I'm stuck on Cranston. My fucking computer must have God damn it.
The new show is called Stuck on Cranston, everybody.
See, this is what happens.
Hey, at least it's not called Stuck on COVID. We're good.
This is what happens
Stuck on cocaine.
When somebody calls in with such strong negative feedback.
Speaking of, Josh, I have to tell you this, and I'm going to let you all go because I know there's one more person that wants to call behind me. You know how earlier you said your new name was Bill?
Who did what now?
I think so.
Okay. You said.
Oh,
you
yeah,
said your new name
During the
was
name
Bill.
change joke. I think
So
so.
if you don't mind, my new name for you is going to be Bill Nye the COVID guy.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I love it. That sounds great.
Okay, just so you know.
Color me interested. Bill Nye the COVID guy. COVID.
All right. Well, on that note, you guys are awesome. I love you all, including Eli, who's not there, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you for calling,
No hard
Christina.
feelings,
We appreciate
Josh.
you.
Get your panties out of a bunch, dude.
Yeah, again, that's all. Sounds like all projections. You have a great night, ma'am.
All right. Bye.
Man,
Fantastic.
some people just never want to stop talking about COVID, you know? Like,
Yeah, I
we tried
know.
to talk to her about Kanye's name, and she just...
People call up talking
I'm
about
just
how
kidding.
bad COVID is. Oh, I see what's going on
Call
here.
from
Lindsay.
I see what's going on here.
Lindsay, what is up?
I need my face on the screen, but it's not fucking working. What's up, Lindsay?
Welcome to the Cranston
Hey.
Show.
Yeah, Cranston.
Am I
what's up?
live or
You're
am I
live.
live? Because I must have been lagging. Oh, all right. Hey.
No, you're on. You're on. It's just
It's just me,
it's just Cranston.
the Cranston Show.
Oh. What up, Cranston?
I got it. We're working.
What
We're
up?
back. We're back. Okay. Fucking beautiful.
So I was calling because I wanted to talk about COVID for a little bit.
No shit, really. I wasn't even expecting this. You want to talk about COVID? What do you want to talk about?
Matter of fact, my uncle actually, who's like a super Trumper, and just doesn't believe COVID is real and like refuses to get vaccinated, is currently in the ICU with COVID. But I digress.
See, we never got that
I really
far.
just called. I really just called to get Christine off the phone. Anyway.
Yeah, that was
So,
fun.
I don't
That
know,
was
let's-
fun. You know, Christina
Yeah.
wanted to call and do some reprimanding, I guess. You know, that's
That was a lot. That was a lot of misplaced rage.
it's fantastic. It was very enjoyable. I think more so enjoyable than she thought it was. It was actually enjoyable all around for everyone.
You had me laughing. I love the No, okay, you go.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's your show. You can go.
Tune in next week
Anyway,
for
so
Christina's new show.
I really just. Huh?
I said tune in next week. Christina's going to have a new show on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Christina.
Oh man,
no
Christina.
COVID.
Listen, she's a fan.
Anyway.
She loves the show. She calls in. She gives positive feedback. What more could we ask for?
It was not positive.
It wasn't?
Certainly was not.
I thought it was positive feedback. She said it was positive feedback.
Oh, all right.
I
well,
think that was Kanye calling. I'm pretty sure it was really Kanye.
You think that was Yee calling?
I think, yeah, that's his name now, Yee. I think that
he's
was
gonna
him.
call.
Lindsay,
Yee? Isn't it yay?
it's
Why are
Yee.
you saying Yee?
I thought it was Ye too because it's Kanye, but it's Yee. He calls himself Yee
Oh, Jesus Christ.
because Yee's in the Bible.
But
Are
he
you
says
mad
Yee-
Yee's
Oh
not
yeah,
here
I
today?
guess it's Yeezy. So I mean, yeah.
Are you mad Yee's not here today?
Oh my God, that would be so dope if he was there.
No, Eli. Eli.
Oh no, I don't give a shit about that.
Damn. He's probably
Just
listening
kidding,
right now.
Eli. I don't know. So I just was calling. I didn't know what to talk about. So
Yeah, isn't that
Alex
fun?
B
You're
said, "Let's bring up." What did he say? Oh, he said, "Let's talk about drug regulation." So I'll just shoot out a question.
Yeah, what do you got?
So okay, more than not a question, a comment. I think drugs should be legalized. Maybe not like you can go to a store and buy heroin, but just decriminalized. And I think now that weed is becoming decriminalized in a lot of states, it's like a disgusting travesty that there's still people in jail on
for
pot
sure.
charges that aren't having that like looked at over again, or just having their entire conviction erased
Right.
because it's a different law now. Why are they still in jail for it?
Yeah, it's definitely, you have a great point. It's when doctors are prescribing it, when it's recreational in,
Right.
half the country.
Doctors are prescribing it.
They started doing that in California where they were wiping out people's records for pot, but it's a money fucking thing because I know a guy out there who had like a bust for growing or some kind of shit, and like he can get it expunged, but they want money and he doesn't have the money to pay to get it off his record, and he's kind of got to get a lawyer to do it. So it's like there's some bullshit with
Why? You shouldn't have to have money. The law changed. You're not
Yeah, right.
It's legal. Just
Because they're
literally,
mad,
like,
but-
why are people still in jail? Let them out.
They're mad about all the money they're losing from it being legal, so now they got to get money off
Absolutely.
you on the back end. So now it's legal. We're losing money. We got to get the money back by you paying us to wipe
Yep.
your record out.
You do have to be careful
Absolutely.
of the people who maybe pled down to a simple possession, maybe from a higher charge, because that happens a lot where they got, maybe, do you think there should be a difference between drug dealers and drug users? Like if you're selling drugs, do you think, there should be a little different?
because that's not that's not decriminalized.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of drug dealers would then plead down to simple possession, even though their initial charge was, drug dealing. So it's like that gray area where you have to make sure that you're letting off the people who are literally just using it and not like selling it and making money.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, that's all on record. It can be looked into.
Right.
They're not going to take the time to do it because they don't care and they want their free prison labor. But that would be the right thing to do. I mean, look into all that. Get the people out of there that should be out of there. The people in there, maybe they'll get their sentence shortened. But it definitely is something that should be looked into. It's just a travesty. I don't think it'll ever fix itself because no one's going to bother to look into it or do anything for these prisoners. But people's lives have been ruined because of this shit. And doctors are prescribing it now.
I like Amsterdam. Like, I don't know. I've always flip-flopped on the idea of like legalizing all drugs. I think you should decriminalize them, especially just users, like you were saying, Lindsay, just because it's just like it's a personal choice as long as you're not hurting anybody. But like how Amsterdam does, they have like needle clinics and if you want to get off heroin, they'll help you get off. If you want to go shoot up that day, they're like, come on, buddy, we'll fucking boot you up ourselves.
Right.
Like,
They make sure they get like the clean needles and all that kind of shit.
I feel
are you saying that's good or bad?
No, I'm agreeing with that, but that's like this safe area where people can go. I'm just saying, I feel like like we got to be careful of just like, if we just legalize all drugs, as someone who used to use drugs, like people are crazy when they can get their hands on drugs, and it's just not not always responsible people who want to just have a little fun. There's a lot of people out there who can't be responsible, who now if you make it very accessible, there's going to be a whole different set of problems.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. I would agree with those that being, put into place as well. And I mean, before anybody wants to shit on that, having legal spots where people can go shoot up safely, they give them a clean needle, whatever. There's actually, been studies upon studies that have proven that is reducing heroin usage because they're shooting up there, but they're doing it safely. And while they're there, they're given information on how to stop. They're giving counseling.
I'll tell you right now, though, as much as information and counseling you gave me on quitting opiates, it was only when I wanted to quit it. But the idea that they're there for you, because the biggest problem with quitting opiates is the idea that you need to be a normal person and go through life. You need to go, meaning I got to go to work this week, but I need to quit opiates. And a lot of the times you don't quit because if you go through withdrawal, you can't go to work, blah, blah, blah. So if there's a place you can go, it's kind of like methadone clinic, but just, more, easier accessible to people who, use. But
absolutely. They'll have the information there for you.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I agree.
The Taliban is literally, and we may talk about this on Monday, but just a little sneak peek. The Taliban is literally going around and arresting and kidnapping all their opium and heroin users and sending them into 45-day rehab in Kabul. Could you imagine that? I'm just saying, cool, kinda, but imagine going through withdrawal in Afghanistan, in Kabul, being kidnapped by the Taliban.
Yeah, because I'm sure they're not doing it like the proper, medical way.
This is not A&E's intervention. You were like, okay, now today we're going to Muhammad's house and we will steal him and we will praise Allah with him. Like they just fucking, they fucking do some guerrilla type shit with
fucking
these people.
Waterboard 'em and shit.
Yeah, no more heroin, bro. Yeah, they're fucking wild. Fucking wild.
Wow, I didn't hear about that. That's crazy. but
Yeah.
interesting. Let's
Hopefully-
see how that works out.
Hopefully we'll talk about it on Monday because I know Eli wants to talk about that as well. But thank you, Lindsay. This is a very nice and mellow call. I appreciate you calling and adding more positive feedback to all the
You're very welcome.
all the callers out there.
All right. Well, I hope I brightened your day.
You did most definitely.
for
Thank
sure.
you, Lynn. And I can see Cranston. He's bright as can be right now. You brighten both of our days.
Right. For sure.
All right. Well, now I feel great.
There you go. Feel great for the
Have a
rest of
good-
your weekend.
You too. Have a good rest of the show.
Yes, thank you.
All right. See ya.
Later. Lindsay BC, Lindsay Big Cock, everybody. That's the BC. You want to play a public freak out video or two and get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, sure, man.
We went a little long. That's fine.
It's all right. It's like how the same as having a postie, and that's what they wanted. It's
Hey yo, yeah, we kind of that's
like
kind of
having it without a break. So.
exactly. That's kind of what the whole idea was here. How about this? Hopefully this is not a little too soon for Halloween, but gets us ready for Halloween. You know what I mean? I feel like I would do something like this, but there would be a parent there who'd be very upset at me. So obviously the parents are in on this because hot damn, you could call this child torture. It's funny. It's funny, but I mean,
1, 2, 3. Tommy sees you.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Bro, he's around every single monster right now.
That
like
kid
any
is
murderer.
traumatized,
Yeah.
man.
He's hovering around murderers right now. Look at this. Look at this poor bastard.
Hey, they're asking if the phone lines are still open because some Jamie's trying to call or something.
Yeah. Phone lines are still open.
She said she called, but
Yeah. Give it if it was a 936 area code. Give a call. One more again. You should probably call when somebody else was on the line there, but we'll keep it open for you. But give it a call again there, Jamie, if you feel like calling. But look at this. Why would you set your kid into this? Bro, and the idea that all the mean monsters are like, you know what? Fuck it, let's hover around him even more. Like they just get around, they fucking this kid's seen people get jumped before. He thought he was about to get jumped by Freddy Krueger, fucking Jason Voorhees, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
and he probably thinks they're all really them too.
Yeah,
Right?
he's never gonna go to a horror movie again. He's gonna look like a bitch at a
That
horror
kid is
movie.
traumatized for life. He's gonna have nightmares
from?
forever.
It's Burrito, bitch.
Burrito.
It's Burrito, bitch.
What up? Were you guys expecting someone else or what?
I have no idea, but now we got you, and that's fantastic.
I mean, I don't know if people want talk to whoever this person is. What is it, Jamie or something?
I say, did you call intentionally to disrupt Jamie's call? Is this what's going on?
Maybe this really is.
Nah,
Jamie.
I've been dying for the mic. I wanted to talk about shit, but you know what? Let Jamie get in. I'm gonna hang up right now just to let Jamie get in, and you know what? Let's leave it a two-parter because next week I'm a fucking calling.
And we asked you to come in one time.
Jump the fuck in. I'm giving the people what they want. Peace.
All right, Burrito. Look. Wow, what a fucking gentleman,
Burrito, everybody.
dude. It's Burrito,
Or
bitch.
I don't.
Do we know if Jamie's still there though? Did he just kind of give up his position?
I really don't know.
Because she did try to call at 11:16. That was a half an hour ago. So Jamie might not be there anymore.
She said 701. Was it a 701 number?
701. Did she call 954-399-3631?
She probably called like Domino's or some shit.
Because I got no 701 numbers. None. Zero. Zilch. Let's go on to another.
Give her a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Give up on it, I guess.
Go on to another public freak out. We love the public freak outs as we said last night before we segued into a horrible segue out of a horrible travesty. Here is, oh yeah, there's that video. It's not working. Here we go. Sorry about that. Give us a second. Talk about instigator right here. Check this motherfucker out. This is next level. Next level. Let's go. So keep an eye on the man in the beige. So there's a commotion going on in the bathroom, obviously. That's kind of what, the video will tell us. People are looking in. So watch what man in the beige decides to do. Yo. Dude, he instigated all of that.
Oh, shit.
Dude, that man deserves a medal of some sort. He instigated all of that. You could tell him being like all coy. Oh, I'm just gonna, maybe fucking push your fucking ass in there. And just gets out of Dodge. And just watches fucking chaos ensue.
Plays it off and
Yeah,
shit.
just bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. God, I love fight videos. Especially ones like those that are kind of funny.
Oh wait, she said maybe she called the wrong number because she's commenting on it. Let me see.
Yeah, is the number still? Oh, okay. The number's not up, so maybe that's why. 954-399-3631. Maybe the number fell off, so she was kind of guessing.
Could be.
Well, it's still there.
That dude is fucking hilarious. He just played it off, start the whole fucking thing up, and then he just walks off, and that dude just got his ass whooped, man. That's fucked up, man.
How do you feel about this? This one is called Reddit has a lot of these videos on there. I love the public freak out. I love browsing their videos, but they do have some videos that make you go, why isn't this taken down yet? But maybe she asked for it. So this one's called Equality at its Finest. So read them and weep. This one we definitely need audio for. Okay, we got it.
There you go.
We got a phoner.
It's probably Burrito again.
It's a 701.
It's probably Christina
Call
again.
from.
Kanye. E.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice message.
Hello, unnamed caller.
Welcome to the Cranston Show.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
I'm just calling because I told Christina if she called, I'd call.
That's awesome. You lovely ladies have that pact. If she calls, you call.
Well, I just said that it's a drunk thing.
Okay.
I'm drunk. I wasn't feeling like calling. But I will say anybody who doesn't find the shit that's going on right now as disturbing is very fucking blind.
Yeah,
That's the definition of fucking cognitive dissonance.
Fuck to the yes. Did you say is very fucking blind?
Oh, I can hear my voice on the fucking TV. I'm shutting the door.
Oh, got a little delay going on, eh, Jamie? Did
Yeah,
you say anybody who isn't paying attention to what's going on is very fucking
If you're not
boring or
disturbed by it,
it's fine.
then you're blind, or you're just trying to see the best, and that's great. But fuck, this is one time I don't feel like I'm at all in the wrong and seeing that the worst is coming. And I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a fucking. I don't believe God is saving shit. I don't think COVID is a hoax. I don't think any of that. I think numbers have been skewed, and we've been lied to this whole last time.
But
and people just hold up their arms, getting shot. No problem.
But it seems like you feel like there's something wrong culturally, something wrong with society right now. We're letting too much happen.
Comply. That is the fucking message that they've. That's what fucking straight out said.
Compliance.
Well, if we put the pressure on these people that are unvaccinated, then we will find them to be willing. No, well, yeah, if I got a gun to my head, I'm willing to do a lot. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily willing.
Right, exactly. That's what we've talked about before too, is just the idea that, oh yeah, maybe it's not mandated, but all the pressure on it that if you don't do it, this and this and this will happen. It's like
you're just,
it's a proverbial
you're
gun.
Like, I'm on disability. I know that that's going to be gone. And I am not going to just sit and get a shot to keep it. And I guarantee it's going to be it'll be coming up soon. Anybody on disability, anybody who has EBT, any of that shit, they better get shot. Otherwise, start doing others.
That's,
doing other
I mean,
things.
this is why, you know, that whole, you know, the C word comes up a lot, you know, the COVID talk comes up a lot just because there's these things
I do, and I see it as a shot game because I like drinking, so it gives me a good reason.
But like these lines keep getting pushed and pushed, and it just kind of, you know, it deserves to talk about.
It absolutely, I get that. It does. It's not even that it's COVID. It's the way it's being handled.
Right.
Was polio handled this way? I don't know of anything. My aunt is 77. She's about to be 78, and she's more cognitively with it than I am at 41.
Wow. There wasn't any internet with
never
polio.
seen anything like this in her life.
Do your own research with polio, man.
Oh, I have.
No,
I've done a lot of research on different shit. But
No, I was just
have to keep well ahead.
The drug companies are still mad about all the money they lost on polio. They went and cured that shit, and then now they're like, man, we fucked up.
That came up with the vaccine wasn't trying to get money for it.
Yeah, they're like, man, we fucked up. We shouldn't have cured that shit. We lost billions of dollars. Like, we hadn't milked that.
I'm not anti-vax. That's why I get pissed off about people like, oh, you're not getting this one. It's like, well, this is a little different, and the way it's being handled is sketching me out more than anything.
Yeah, there is an issue that
I do not like existing. So if I was suicidal, I would do what the fuck ever.
Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
must care a little bit about it because I'm not trying to get this pushed on me because I have kids, I have grandchildren, and I am not looking forward to the existence they're going to have to live if I sit and just comply.
Jamie, there is a prevailing issue.
I don't want the vaccine.
And you bring up a great issue, and I'll kind of go broader with it. But the idea that if you disagree with one thing, you must be completely on the side.
On the other side.
Right, exactly.
There's no gray area anymore. What the fuck happened to that? I know I'm old, but fuck. There's no gray area on anything anymore. And people don't see that that's divide and conquer at its finest.
The gray area is conversation. That's where conversation can keep the gray area alive. So, you know, hanging out and calling and talk with us a little bit, and then hopefully you have other conversations outside of the show where you can have like-minded talks with people who are kind of open-minded too. Just having conversations in general about stuff that maybe, you know, isn't status quo. I feel like that helps keep the gray area alive. So you're doing the right thing.
I mean, shit.
As long as they're like professional, like as long as the conversations don't turn into calling people crackheads from Davie, like one person in our group did the other day.
I mean, we can't, we're not talking about that, obviously. That's not a really gray area because we know crackheads are in Davie. You know, that's all, I'm joking, obviously. You know, it's nothing gray about that. It's all white. So, Jamie, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say before you hop off?
I just felt obliged to now that I told Christine I would if she did, so I had to.
Well, you are a great friend.
I don't see how people cannot see that this is disturbing the way it's being dealt with. I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's fake.
And in some ways,
it's being used in a wrong way.
And in some ways,
they love us so much.
In some ways, it's just the people in power just don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they have no idea how to handle it. And that's kind of what we're seeing to some extent too, you know?
Yeah.
And then you see some of these like really hypocrite fucking guys who like tell you to do shit. Like I saw like something with Biden the other day. Like he walked through, was it a restaurant or something in DC?
With no
not
mask
wearing
on.
a mask, but it was like a place where there's a mandate or something. Like you know, you should be leading by example and not acting like you don't have to do that shit.
I've never voted. I voted once for president, and that was because Obama saying decent Al Green. That's the only time I've ever voted. And I said I will never ever vote for the lesser two evils or on some bullshit, but I will vote against whoever the fuck is running against if Biden is still alive when this term is up.
Right in Cranston on the next ballot.
This is ridiculous.
Hell yes. I love that, Jamie. Cranston wants you to write in his name in 2024. Do it. Do it.
Fucking hey, man.
Cranston for president.
What's gonna happen?
Jamie, thank you so much. Good to hear from you.
All right,
be well, be safe out there. You too. Bye. Jamie, everybody. Fantastic. Let's watch this one quick video, and then we'll get the F out of here. I want to hear your feedback on this, because we've played some videos like this before, and you know, there's some mixed emotions on it. Of course.
See where this is going.
Oh,
Probably
that's why it froze.
rescue.
I know who this is.
Call from
COVID.
to accept. Press
We'll get that.
I know who this is.
I like to COVID.
I like to COVID.
I like to COVID. I like to COVID.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
guys. I just want to say, fantastic job, boys. I had my doubts, without my charm and my narcissism.
Yes.
But no, truly fantastic. The viewership, you know what? It beat last night's numbers. Not going to talk about that too much. I just want to say, fantastic, Jamie. I want to say about Jamie.
About numbers live. It's so gross.
I know. It's what I do. I
know.
Jamie is a lovely friend that I've had since the Live Journal days. Like, I've known that woman since 2004. She has been through so much. So, Jamie, I know that you can hear me right now. I'm calling solely because I want to thank you for not only supporting us, but enduring and sticking around this long so that you could be a part of our journey, this journey. We're all in this together. And aside from that, a little bit to Christina. That was pretty harsh. You went a little spicy. The only thing I'll mention, because I don't want to talk about it too much, I want to get the fuck off the phone because I got Far Cry now.
I'm going to let you actually, before you finish up the Christina thing, after you finish the Christina thing, I want you to do the plugs to get us out of here since you're on the phone.
Okay. So, all right, Christina, I think it's almost near impossible or disingenuous to think anybody right now, as of today, 2021, as things are in the world, it's impossible to think somebody can, that has a show like ours, not talk about COVID. I get maybe like an episode or two if we could slide one by, but it is quite literally, there's so many fuckery, so much developing as a result of that fucking C word. You saw Jamie even brought it up, and look at all the things we discussed that just came as a result of it, because there's so many things, but look at it like a pyramid. It's at the top, and there's so many different topics that branch out. Other than that, I was in the chat, very active. Thank you. We have a new subscriber, so shout out to Tribe. Has a nice following. He found us. We were recommended to him. Tribe. We look forward to speaking to y'all, having a little collab. But we'll start slow. That aside, guys, you know what to do. Please comment on the episode. I nailed that point home. I got some of you to give us a little promise. Share the episode. Smash the like button. All of these things help the traction, help the algorithm, and help us have people see, hey, Stuck in the Middle is suggested to you with your help like that. And with that, we love you.
Beautiful. Eli, thank you, sir. If anything, we will see you Monday, right?
Absolutely. And if you're interested in the tomorrow show, if you're interested, I'm down since I missed tonight.
Interesting. Well, we'll be in touch on that, my man.
Yeah, let's leave the audience on a teaser there. Oh, and Lindsay, I'm in the parking lot. I'll see you in a few, darling.
All right, buddy.
Later.
I think I might have hung up on him too fast, but that just leaves you a little more to look forward to for our boy Eli. When we all return, we all get back together, possibly tomorrow, if not Monday. Stuck in the Middle, where we do our thing, youtube.com/Stuck in the Middle. If you listen to the audio version, as I always stress, listen to the video version. Come watch the video version. We do a post show. The post show doesn't get uploaded there, so there's a lot more that you miss out on. Just come over here and give us a like, a subscribe, all that stuff. If you do like it, share it.
Show up in your local grocery store with Stuck in the Middle written on your chest, wearing a robe, change in the middle of the fucking wine aisle, plug us, tell the cops to subscribe, when they take you to the psych ward, plug us there, all that good shit.
Beautiful. Cranston, until then, my man, I will see you Wednesday. All of you, I'll see you next Monday. Sorry, it is Wednesday.
Or maybe tomorrow.
Or maybe tomorrow. God damn it.
It'll actually be Thursday in a minute.
I ruined my outro. Yeah, it'll be Thursday in a minute.
I'll see you actually Thursday.
I'll see you in a minute. Bye, y'all.